How's it going, everyone? We are just a few days away from the release of The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, and if you have been following this channel for a while, you might be surprised at how excited I am for Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, given that, I wasn't crazy about the original game. However, when they introduced the inclusion of this new no-return mode, immediately sold. On top of that, it's a $10 upgrade. I'm all on board on that. Before I do the full breakdown on the no return mode, because the PlayStation website has a great page with a lot of information about it, I do want to give you guys my input. I do see there being a little bit of rhetoric and discussion online, at least in my comment section, of people talking about, why isn't this upgrade free? Why are they charging $50 for the full game? Why is no return not free? They're just re-releasing Last of Us over and over again. Naughty Dog isn't doing anything new, which I actually agree with the latter portion. Like, Naughty Dog, y'all really gotta do some new stuff. I get it, Factions was a train wreck and that's been canned, but like, yo, it's been 4 years since the release of Last of Us Part 2, and we're getting 2 remasters, and I won't go back to Naughty Dog in the golden age where they were putting out Uncharted games every 2 years, even though I just did do that, but like, come on, man, we're waiting like 5-6 years for these games to come out, and like, we haven't even heard anything about their next title, which is a little bit of a bummer, and we're just getting these remastered releases. We know that they're working on a new project, but I digress. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to ask you guys, please like this video and do leave a comment with your thoughts. It really does help out the channel a lot, and it is much appreciated. The thing about this, however, I don't really see any reason to complain in terms of paying $10 for an upgrade. It's $10 and you're legitimately getting a new gameplay mode. On top of that, you are getting upgraded visuals, developer commentary, and the lost levels as well. It's $10. Guys, I get it that God of War Ragnarok Valhalla was free, but that can't be the expectation with everything. There are people that are working on this stuff, and it is a business at the end of the day. As long as things are priced accordingly, I'm not gonna complain about it. I complained about Last of Us Part 1 being $70 because that was absolutely egregious. In this case, it's a new game mode, it's an upgrade. $10 I think is justifiable, and I think it's a worthwhile addition. Now, you can make the argument that the visual bells and whistles should be a free upgrade. Sure, I'm not going to get into that debate right now, but I think for your $10, you're going to get a worthwhile investment. And I think a big portion of that comes from the no return mode, which is a brand new roguelike survival mode. Now, they initially noted, experience The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered's deep combat via an entirely new single-player mode. Survive as long as you can in each run as you choose your path through a series of randomized encounters featuring different foes and memorable locations from throughout Part 2, all culminating in intense boss battles. Unique gameplay modifiers can offer new and unexpected challenges as you fight and succeed and survive in a host of different encounter types. Play as Ellie, Abby, and a variety of unlockable characters. There will be several characters, each with their own style and traits that offer different ways to play for a variety of playstyles. And on top of all that, you'll unlock skins for them as you progress to use in the mode. Now, a mode like this would be great with cooperative play. I want to get that out the door right away. There is no co-op play for this. Maybe in the future they can add it, because I think you could take Last of Us Part 2's no return mode to the next level by adding a layer of multiplayer. No Return is a roguelike survival mode. It allows players to choose their own path and test their skills across a runs of randomized encounters. Let's dive into how runs work and what players can expect as they jump into this mode. This is all from the official PlayStation website. Death is permanent in No Return. No Return's randomized combat encounters will bring players to familiar locations from The Last of Us Part 2's campaign, like Jackson, the Channel 13 news station, and many more. These scenarios will be unfamiliar thanks to unique gameplay differences like a roster of playable characters with different playstyle traits, unexpected gameplay modifiers, unique objects, and more. But be warned, obviously, as a roguelike component, death is permanent in No Return. So if you fail a run midway, you'll lose all weapons, items, and upgrades accumulated for that run and begin again with a fresh set of randomized scenarios. How you progress during any given run isn't predefined. Throughout a run, players will choose between different encounters, which will determine not only the type of gameplay mode, but also what rewards are unlocked, what potential modifiers will be encountered, and more. In between each combat scenario, you'll return to a hideout where you can prep and choose your next fight via a path laid out on a corkboard in these familiar locations. The different challenge types of No Return, there's going to be different types of challenges that'll offer a different playstyle. There's Assault, which pits you against wave upon wave of enemies. Capture, in which you have to break into a safe full of valuable supplies enemies are guarding. There's Holdout, during which you and an AI-controlled buddy defend against infected swarming around you. I mean, you guys already know how I feel about the AI-controlled buddy. It's fine for those of you that want to play solo, but could you imagine if it was co-op and you could invite a friend to play with you? I think that would be great. There's Hunted, in which you need to survive until the timer runs out against continuous enemy reinforcements. Should you make it all the way to the end of a run, you'll fight one of 6 successfully unlocked boss encounters, and after you've conquered them all, they will randomly cap off future runs as well. These are going to be against some of The Last of Us Part 2's most memorable foes, but not necessarily in the ways you first fought them. There will be modifiers adjusting their battles as well. Runs, whether they end in victory or in defeat at the hands of a clicker or hunter, culminate in a score and rank based on your performance, and the next run will be unique from the one before it, offering a fresh set of encounters each time you play. That's going to be a cause of replayability, how you score among the leaderboard, and how they do fresh challenges all the time, because that is going to be something that is constantly changing. You do have randomized mods. Mods will randomly be applied to encounters, and choosing to take on modded challenges affects the rewards you'll receive. These will test your skills in some fun and surprising ways, including modifiers like enemies dropping pipe bombs upon death, a thick fog enveloping in the encounter map, and more. Dynamic challenges are there. Gambits are optional dynamic challenges that can further spice up any given round. From needing to land a number of headshots to dodging melee attacks, gambits can help you both solidify a plan going into a challenge or offer up an opportunity to expand your strategy while working toward additional resources for that run. You've got upgradable weapons. As players of The Last of Us Part 2 will already be familiar with, the campaign features a number of upgradable weapons for Ellie and Abby's arsenal, as well as skill upgrade trees. These ideas carry over to No Return, but upgrades reset after each run, so you'll have to make difficult choices as you progress about which weapon upgrades to spend your required resources on, or what skills you think might offer the best edge in upcoming encounters. Which weapons drop also varies from run to run, which will further impact which upgrade paths you may want to or need to take to ensure survival throughout. How you adjust what you upgrade and what skills you take, it's definitely going to implement a little bit of strategy necessary to get as far in the run as possible. No Return's metagame notes No Return allows players to choose their own path and test their skill across runs of randomized encounters, which throw you into familiar spaces with unexpected combat twists. Of course, a lot of people are going to be excited about the varied number of characters you're going to play as. No Return starts off with Ellie and Abby as playable characters, but beyond them is a wider suite of playable characters you can unlock, including some playable for the first time in the franchise. By progressing through various challenges, you can unlock Ellie's fellow Jacksonites, Dina, Joel, Tommy, and Jesse, while Abby's companions Lev, Yara, Mel, and Manny are also unlockable. Each character has unique traits that offer different playstyles. Dina, for example, comes equipped with trap and stun bombs, recipes from the jump, and has an upgrade in her skill tree to craft double the amount of bombs, while Abby comes with a melee upgrade recipe and heals on melee hits. The variety allows players to not only invest and excel with the playstyles that they love, but also test out mechanics they may use less often. When you start a run, challenge tracks are associated with each playable character and the mode overall, and completing these objectives will unlock everything from new playable characters to new skins to gameplay twists like gambits, buddies, and more. Though runs are randomized, you can separately take on custom runs that allow you to toggle on or off various factors that affect No Return's gameplay, and a new daily run will be available every day to prove your skills against the world. Every player will have one shot at the same randomly generated run with the same character. I think that's going to offer a lot of replayability and people jumping into No Return every day. Could it get a little bit old? Sure, but depending on how they tackle the daily run element, I think that could offer people jumping back in for a while with No Return and offering a lot of replayability. See how you fare against the other Last of Us Part 2 Remastered players thanks to a leaderboard where you can track how your score and runtime stack up. And fresh and unexpected, No Return will be playable as soon as you boot up The Last of Us Part 2 Remastered. You don't have to beat the game, although newcomers are encouraged to play the campaign first to get a handle on the gameplay and if you want to be emotionally ripped apart by the story. But nonetheless, for both new and returning players, this mode is designed to challenge your skills, and while it does offer tutorial information, having a solid basis of the fundamentals of our combat system is recommended. Whatever your prior experience with The Last of Us is, No Return is designed to offer something fresh and unexpected. So that is the complete breakdown of information for No Return as noted on PlayStation's official website. This is the element of Part 2 Remastered that I'm the most excited excited for. I think Last of Us from a gameplay standpoint is incredibly well designed, and the tension it creates within its gameplay is remarkable. The fact that this is being implemented in a roguelike survival mode is not something I thought of, but I'm like, yo, this makes all the sense in the world. And if Sony wants to take more of their big IPs and their fundamental gameplay and then, you know, spin them into a roguelike survival component, I'm all aboard that idea. That could be remarkable, and I'm not saying you could, you know, make entire games out of this and charge $60, $70 for them, but as an accessory component to games that are coming out anyway, I think that could be remarkable, and I'm liking what they're doing with Ragnarok, with Valhalla, and No Return here. If you do want to extend the content offerings for these games, there's interesting ways to go about it, so you're not leaving players waiting, you know, 5 to 7 years in between every release, as has been the case with a lot of these Sony first-party titles. But that's gonna do it for me. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I know a lot of you guys are of my opinion that Last of Us Part 2 left you a little disappointed, to say the least, but No Return is something I am very excited for from a gameplay standpoint. So again, leave your thoughts down below. $10 upgrade, guys. I think it's going to be well worth it. Thank you for watching, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.